All right, we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and this is my channel, Barn on 11970. And as always, I'd like to take the time to thank everybody for listening to what I have to say. And I got an amazing situation that's never happened before, and I want to share this with you. And I'm going to wait a minute or two while people come in, so bear in mind that this is definitely something you should listen to all the way to the end, especially if you're not watching this live. But this is the 18th of May, 2017. The time is 8:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I haven't made a video in roughly about a week. And the reason being is I've been kind of getting, I guess, as they say, getting to another higher level. And I've been staying away from a lot of the negativity. If you've seen my recent videos, they've been more inspirational kind of videos. And a lot of the channels that I've been subscribed to that I paid attention to, I just really didn't want to focus on anymore. Like I didn't have this need for it because there's been more of an understanding when you reach higher and higher levels, how fear and anger and depressions, they seem to kind of just not make sense anymore, almost like it's a choice that you don't need them. So that's why I haven't made a video in a little while because I haven't really had much to say, but I want to show you something that's really something that's inspiring. And I can't wait to share this with you because I've never had this situation happen to me before. I did a couple of massages today. I was really busy today. It was the first day where it was 80 degrees. So it was actually for the first time in a while, I was outside making some of my orgone pyramids. I mean, I love doing these, being surrounded by crystals and stones. Whether you believe in it or not, that's up to you to decide. But for me, it's very relaxing being outside. I enjoyed the day. I normally don't go to bed until 5 in the morning, so for me to get up 11 o'clock in the morning to start making these, and I made some new ones, which ironically, the energies for the one pyramid were for insomnia. Go figure. But after that, I did a couple of massages and some great conversations with the customers that I was working with. And on the way home, I was just in this almost like Zen state of mind where I was just like enjoying being in the moment. And that's one of the things I've been like listening to people like, for example, this new person, and he's not even new. He's been around since the 60s and 70s. His name is Alan Watts. And if you haven't had the chance to listen to his teachings, I highly recommend it. It'll definitely help change your life. And I find it funny that this person was around the 60s and 70s, and I just heard of him about a month ago, maybe less than that. But it shows how things will come to you when you're ready for them. But I've really been getting into the quantum physics, quantum mechanics even more about, how multiple dimensions and it just really diving into it. And for some reason, driving on the way home, I was in this really Zen-like state of mind for some reason. And I was just focusing on one of the things Alan Watts said, and several people said, that live in the moment because tomorrow will never come. Because just when you think it's tomorrow, it turns into today. And yesterday you can never get back because it's already gone. So live in the moment. And while I was driving home, I was just really living in the moment. And I was drinking a green tea, just enjoying the flavors, the ability, appreciation of knowing that I have the ability to taste, the appreciation and the ability to know that I could actually have sight and hearing. And for some reason, I was just in this Zen-like moment, just saying how we create our own universes to learn. Because what if we are our own gods and we are alone and we create this world around us to basically not be bored and to learn things? Because if you are a being that lives forever and you are omnipotent and you could never die, as exciting as that may seem, I guess after millions of years you get pretty bored and you start creating your own version of your own life. And the negativity is there to teach you. And I don't know what came over me about thinking about this stuff, but an amazing thing happened that I want to share. Um, as I was driving home, I was about to pull into my parking spot. I park in the front of my house because my wife uses the driveway. I see this orange thing right where my car is supposed to go. And if I would have continued forward, I would have ran it over. And I thought it was maybe an injured bird. So I pull over to the side and just step out of my car, and there's this amazingly beautiful bird, the brightest orange crest that you can ever see, and it's just laying on my next door neighbor's driveway, right at the edge, but I have to go across it to get to my parking spot. So I thought maybe it was an injured bird. So I go over to it, and it's not flying away, and I just start petting it, and it lets me pet it. Now, this looked like almost like somebody's pet bird, and I thought maybe it was sick, so I put my finger near it, and it climbs on my finger, and it would not let go, and it just kept staring at me, and it allowed me to pet it. And here I am with this wild bird perched on my finger. That I was like, I can't bring it inside because I have 3 stray cats. They would have had a field day having, live fried chicken. So I was like, what do I do? It's like, are you injured? I'm not saying that, but I'm thinking to myself, is this bird injured? I don't see anything wrong with it. And it was just looking at me, like staring, allowing me to pet it. And I took a picture that I want to share with you right now. And I went into my truck, and my cell phone was in my truck, and I took this snapshot. So give it a second. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. Give it a second. This is when it goes live. It usually takes a minute or two to show the image. All right, hold on a second. Yep, there we go. Okay, so for some reason it wasn't going. And that is the bird on my finger. And there was nothing wrong with it, because after about 5 minutes or so of me petting it and it just sitting on my finger, not moving, I went outside with it, and then all of a sudden a car drove by and scared it, and it flew away into the trees. So there was nothing wrong with this bird. And it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And it was literally not just walking around. It was literally like it was sitting in a nest right where my car was supposed to pull in. And if I wasn't paying attention, I would have killed this thing. And it literally just stared at me, allowing me to pet it, and then flew away. And it was the most life-changing experience to show that to live in the now, to not worry about all the chaos and the evil and the hatred and the fear, that if you live in the moment, beautiful things can happen. Now, did I manifest that? Who knows? I mean, obviously, I don't have the knowledge of the ability to do that. At least I don't think so. Who knows? But it was just perfect timing. That there I was for some reason in this Zen-like state of mind, just totally being consciously aware of being in the now and appreciating everything that I have as an experience and not having any fear. Thinking about how some people go through life being hurtful or being scared or being abusive when they could go at any moment and then that experience is gone. And what kind of legacy will you leave? And to just pull into my driveway, to my parking spot that I don't normally do, and just see this bird that I thought was helpless right there for me, where I had to pull over because I had 2 options: pull to the side or run it over. And I wasn't about to do that, because if you watch my channel, you know I just have this connection with animals. And I thought this was somebody's pet bird, because no wild bird ever lets you go near it, let alone be able to pet it. And as you could see, when I took the picture, I had the camera right up to him, wasn't scared or anything, just let me take the picture and just let me pet him for about 5 minutes, and then just flew away. I don't know what kind of bird that is, so if there's any bird experts out there, let me know, but the picture doesn't even do it justice, because the crest is like yellowish, reddish orange, the brightest color that I've ever seen. And where I live in New York, I mean, you might see a blue jay once in a while and a cardinal once in a blue moon, but most of the birds around here are just black. They're dark. And to me, this is just a perfect ending to a beautiful day. And I wanted to share this with people, that everything in your life is an experience, and it's to teach you something so you can progress. And with free will, you have the choice to learn from it and grow and move to the next level, or not learn from it and continue to have the same thing over and over again. And if you think of like school, if you learn the lessons they teach you, you graduate to the next level, the next grade. But if you fail to learn your lessons, what happens? You get left back and you have to repeat it over and over again until you finally learn the lesson. And if you look at that in a life lesson, when you have pain in your life, or you have negativity in your life, or you have fear in your life, or you have nothing but doubt and depression in your life, there's something that you can learn from it. And until you learn from it, you will never progress to the next level. You will never graduate. And you will continually have the same situations happen over and over again. And if you look at life as you are the creator of your own world, and you create everything around you, and you can manifest anything, and just appreciate to live in the moment, live in the now, you'd be amazed at what can happen when you least expect it. So to me, this was just a beautiful situation that has never happened and may never happen again. But it is something that I will never forget. And I want to teach people that, yes, my channel and me have changed throughout the years. I mean, back in 2012, I wanted to fight a subscriber, not a subscriber, but another YouTuber. I was filled with anger. My comic book channel, I had a whole bunch of people make lies and troll me and hate me, and to this day they still do it. But now I'm at a point now where just the negativity doesn't matter. The bad news on the news is happening somewhere else. It's not happening where I am. So do I want to allow it to fill me with fear and negativity and things that keep me on a lower vibrational energy? Because if I could feel this way every single day and have something like this, a beautiful creature that some people would run over, some people would hurt, some people would just ignore, and I had this moment to share with something that I may never experience again, and it was a beautiful moment, and I'm in awe still. If that was just a coincidence, then it was a happy coincidence. If there's something more to it, then maybe that was something I needed to verify what I was thinking on the way home. Now, that may resonate with you, or you might think of this and roll your eyes and say, Chris has just finally lost his marbles. And you have the choice to make any decisions you want. But this is what I want you to picture. I want you to picture your life if it ends tomorrow. Are you happy with where you are and what you've done? Because you can do anything in your life if you put the information into it. And I want to give a quick shout out because when somebody does I forget what the name of it is, it's Super Chat. I want to give a shout out. So his name is Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes. I like that. He says, for honesty, love, and beauty, thank you. And no, thank you. If you've been following my channel for years, you could see a transition, especially if you followed me from my original channel. And so many people in life focus their lives on either where they've been or where they're going, instead of focusing on where they are. Because it's always now. There is no tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes, because tomorrow becomes now. Yesterday is already behind you. You cannot get it back, unless you have a time machine that I'm not aware of. So if you live in the now and realize that everything is now, that's why there is no such thing as time. Time is an illusion, because time is based on what? The rotation of a planet? The moon traveling around the earth traveling around the sun? Well, what if there was no moon? What if our planet was thousands or millions of miles away from where it is now? Time would be different, wouldn't it? What if we were on a planet that didn't rotate? How would you be able to know what a day was, what a month was, what an hour was? Time is just an illusion. And think of it like school. There are going to be people in different grades, which means there are going to be people at different levels. So just imagine if you're in kindergarten and you hear two 18-year-olds talking about physics and high math equation, something that just sounds like crazy to you, crazy talk. You'd think they were crazy because they'd be saying words that you would not understand. You know, at one time, the word Google was a number. So it's like in life, if you are on a different level, you're going to be speaking in ways that some people will say is crazy. Some people will say they don't believe in. It just means they're on a different level. Now, a person that's in their first or second year of college is not better than a person that's just getting into kindergarten. They're just on a different level. So don't make fun of them. And that's the thing, the learning lesson I needed to experience from all the hatred I got on YouTube, with all the insults. I needed to learn from that. And for a while, I refused to learn from it, and it continued. And then I realized if those people are truly angry and find pleasure in hate and hurting others, is that the legacy I would want from my life? Do I want to know that I could live my life until tomorrow and die knowing that all I did was hurt other people? I couldn't live that way. And that's why I tell people it's always a choice. And the beautiful thing about choices is you could make different ones. And maybe my channel is a prime example of what kind of transitions you can get to. Now, this doesn't mean I have all the answers. This doesn't mean my life is perfect. It just means I'm seeing it in a different way. I don't fear like I used to fear. I don't worry about things that I cannot control. And living in the moment was just a beautiful experience. And just having that bird come to me, this wild creature, allowing me, literally climbed on my finger and just sat there letting me pet it, was an amazing experience. Don't change who you are. I've had people make fun of me about the fact that I get over emotional. But I'd rather be over emotional than have no emotion. I'd rather be the person that pet that bird instead of the person that shot that bird, or thought it would be funny to run it over, or just was so focused on their cell phone or their busy life that they didn't even notice it. How many opportunities do we miss out on because we just don't pay attention, because we don't have quote unquote time? So I wanted to share this story with you, and it's something I will not soon forget because this affected me. And does that mean I'm going to go in a different direction? Who knows? How often I make videos? I'm not sure, because I don't know how many times I can kind of say the positive things in different light, because obviously, as you see on YouTube, drama sells. People love chaos, people love fear, people love the unknown, and I don't provide that here. So when I get moments of inspiration, I will definitely share them with you, but I leave all my videos up for people. They can watch them at any time, and to have people all the time telling me how my videos have changed their life. One person saying I changed their life in a positive way means more to me than 1,000 trolls that tell me I'm ridiculous and crazy and stupid and whatever. And that's why I always say the power of one. One person can affect you in a better way than millions of others could ever dream of. Because I would rather have one true friend than a million fake ones. So I want to thank everybody for taking the time to listen to this. And if you haven't had the chance to listen to it since the beginning, I hope you'll watch this and rewatch this. And if you know of anybody that could use some inspiration, share this video or something like it. Check out Alan Watts if you haven't had the opportunity. And maybe it's your time to get to your next level and graduate to your next stage. We resonate with what we're ready for. And it's not what you think or what you believe that matters in life. It's what you feel. Because you can lie about a belief, but you can't lie about how you truly feel. So when you stop going to your brain and focusing everything on your life based on what you think, believe, or feel, well, think or believe, and you go with your heart and go by what you feel, you'll notice a big difference in the directions that you go. And even if you have bad situations happen, think of it as how lucky are you that something in this universe, whether it's you, a god, or coincidence, that presents something that you spiritually asked a question about, even if it was in just your heart, and you could learn something from a negative experience. Because like there's an old joke that used to say a person went to the doctor and said, it hurt when I touched my knee, and the doctor said, well, don't touch your knee. It is that simple. You can change anything in your life, and you will always experience and resonate your own truth. So if you believe that's crazy, you will get confirmation that it's crazy. And here's the thing that I've come to realize, because you need real eyes to realize. I know now why so many people have so many different opinions and can see things in different perspectives. It's because each person has created their own truth. And for them, what they're witnessing and what they have in front of them is their truth. And you can't change somebody else's truth. Just accept it, that they have the right to make their version of their own happiness. Just like you do. And if you're not happy, ask yourself why. What can you do to make yourself happy? What do you need to change? And that requires work. That requires effort. If you're not willing to get any effort, how are you willing to get any results? Go to school and not study. Don't take any tests. Don't do your homework. Don't research and learn the lessons that they teach you and see how far you get. So if you're not willing to put in any effort, don't be shocked that nothing comes back, because you do get what you give. So give it your all. And with that being said, if you appreciate what I talk about, thumbs up always are appreciated, because you know YouTube is not going to allow my videos to get out there. If you think somebody would benefit from hearing my words, if you think it's any form of wisdom, sharing it also helps. Hit subscribe if you haven't. And I don't make videos every single day anymore, but I'll do quality over quantity. And I appreciate those that stick around. So to everybody that took the time to comment, thank you very much. I really hope you all have a great night, and I hope maybe one of my words inspired you to change something in your life for the better. And if that happened, then it definitely happened for a reason. Thanks for listening, and I hope you all have a great night.